She can dip the sleeve in some of the buffet pans and then have a little keepsake for when she goes home.
Yeah, that's like a risky sleeve.
It is.
Look at my sleeve compared to that. Look how tight my arm just, there's just enough room for my arm to come through the sleeve. There's not a bunch of, that's actually like, you could fit, how many more arms could you fit? One, two, you could fit probably like 7 additional arms in that sleeve.
I had to count the fingers for a second. I thought there were 5 and not 4.
AI, it's an AI hand.
It looks.
When you see,
How many fingers are there anyway? This is from an old episode. Longtime viewers might remember this episode. I'll link it up here so you can go watch it if you haven't seen it. Look, if you've discovered our show and you haven't watched every single episode retroactively, what are you doing? What is going on? Like, you like the show so much that you watch every week, but you haven't gone and watched all the other episodes? What's the matter with you?
I haven't.
The only episodes you haven't watched are the ones that you're not in.
Well, yeah, so.
Yeah.
I mean.
But this photo is from an episode literally years ago. And I don't think they'd invented AI back then.
No. That's an angle. That angle for that spoon, it's like this. That's an angle you're not going to get any food. Unless they're doing a jab to break something free, like jab down, right? With a jab, right? The jab down with the spoon through some crust or other thing, jab and turn, right? Jab and turn, because now you jab straight down, you're not going to get anything. It's not. You can see the angle. Am I wrong? Am I missing something?
Yeah, you are missing something.
Is it angled?
Move your shoulder out of the way. No, you've just moved it in the way. Now you're in the way even more. See, the way that she's gripping that, you would think that was a ladle. But it's clearly not a ladle.
Look at my pose.
So why is she gripping it as if it was a label, as if she was going down and scooping up and bringing up like a ladle full of soup? Why? Why is she doing that?
I think it's a pose picture. You can see that this person got that new outfit with the giant sleeves, and they're like, "Go get a picture of the sleeve," right? If I had a giant sleeve, that sleeve is totally unfurled too. Look at that. It's such a big sleeve.
I don't think there's any furling that sleeve.
Does that sleeve, is it even like, doesn't a sleeve have to have a beginning and an end? I don't know that thing may just be open all the way to the floor. We don't know. Is it even a sleeve?
I wonder if anybody's thought about why we decided to do an episode about a picture that we've already talked about. Do you think anybody thought about that?
We could talk about the same pictures. We could actually just put the same picture up
and talk about the same picture every week?
Yeah.
How long do you think that would last, a show like that where we just talked about the same picture every week?
For as many weeks as we wanted to do it. See, that's the funny thing, is that it's possible as an experiment, we might even get better results.
I kind of hinted last episode about getting a little bit of feedback from our viewers. I have some ideas that I wanted to talk about. Do you think we could talk about it, or are you going to make me wait to do it again?
Well, initially you said you had ideas, but there was one other element you added that, in hopes of getting me on board, is that you said you had some ideas that you thought would be interesting, or that were interesting.
Do you think I'm overselling my ideas?
Well, you need to put them out there before you already decide that they're going to be interesting. They may not be. And you might have, like you said, you might have oversold the interesting part.
I think you have a point.
Let them out. Let them free. Free the ideas. Are they in your pockets with those buttons? Is that where you're keeping the ideas? Unbutton that shallow pocket.
This one?
The shallow pocket, and let the ideas, the interesting ideas hidden in there, come out. There you go. Shoot. Idea number 1. Interesting or not interesting? Let us know. Go ahead.
Every week we record a bunch of episodes. We do it on Zoom. Zoom has this thing where they create an AI summary of all of the things that we talk about. And it's quite funny to read each week. I was thinking of adding some exclusive content, maybe through like a Patreon where you'd pay like $5 a month or something, and you'd get to read the Zoom transcript of our meeting before the corresponding episodes even come out, almost as like a teaser. Because the way AI analyzes and summarizes our meeting is quite funny and entertaining. Do you think that's something that somebody would pay, like a super fan would pay, say, $5 a month for on like a Patreon?
Super fan. Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess the question is here, and we can put it here. Interesting or not interesting?
So the second idea is that these Zoom meetings are obviously heavily edited.
The other pocket, the other idea pocket. The pocket of interesting ideas. Give it enough room so the idea can get out. Don't have
this pocket's smaller because there's a smaller little. This is for a pen. Like it's got one of those pen only pockets. Stupid. It's called the penultimate pocket.
Do you have a pen to put in there? Let's see how deep the pen goes. What size pen? How many pens could you get in there?
Everybody knows a standard Sharpie.
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah. Does it, and it won't move?
No, and it stays in its little compartment.
And is it room? How many more pens can you get in there? You get another.
I have a bunch more Sharpies, so
yeah. Let's see.
Put a second Sharpie in there. No.
Well, no. Try to jam it. You're there. You go.
It fits, but it won't go all the way down.
Can you fit enough?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna tear my shirt.
It's all right. It's a cheap.
It won't fit. And no, it's not a cheap shirt. So two Sharpies barely fit in there.
Well, good to know.
So you could probably fit 2 of these, like these thinner ones. Probably fit.
Oh yeah, easily. And those have that nice silver claspy thing that goes on the outside of the pocket. It looks really nice.
I thought I had another one of these, but I don't. Anyway, I'll leave that in there for the second idea reveal.
Yeah, second idea.
So the second
idea, interesting or not interesting?
Let the viewers decide.
Yeah.
These Zoom calls that we have to record the show are heavily edited for the purposes of the show. What if we were to offer an unedited and uncensored version of the entire Zoom call to Patreon, so we can see all the ums, all the ahs, all the mistakes, all the swearing, all the fighting, all of the controversial things that I cut out, because there's a lot. And I have all this stuff, and I don't know what to do with it. And I feel like, why hang on to it? Let the people see it.
Okay. Well, another idea.
Okay.
Pocket full of ideas.
Okay.
Pen. This is from this idea is from the pen pocket.
Yeah.
So there's the pen that goes in the pocket part. The idea came not from that thin part that fits the pen, but from the other larger size pocket. So the question again, it's real simple. Interesting or not interesting? That's the only question, the only answer we need. If you'll put it in the comments down below. If we get enough interesting, we will act on it.
Should we ask our audience to make a pre-commitment to this? In that they verbally say, it's a verbal commitment. Yes, I would pay $5 a month for that. If we get 10 or more verbal commitments,
Yeah.
10 or more verbal commitments to pay $5, then that means we would make $50 a month, and it would be worth my time and effort to put all this stuff up for people. That's the deal. Because I'm spread thin. I have a limited amount of time. But money talks.
So, okay, now
You like the thirst in this episode?
interesting or not interesting, and then we need to have you've set a bar of 10 people have to find these ideas interesting, and they also have to make a verbal or a written commitment.
Now, once we get this going, if we build up to, say, making $1,000 or more a month, if we get enough subscribers,
Yeah.
then I will embark on the next project, which will be a food buffet report zine.
Wow, this is an idea. I thought there was only 2 pockets and 2 ideas, but you've embarked. You're embarking. Who doesn't love a good embarking?
My jeans have 5 pockets. Look out. I got an idea in every single one of them.
Yeah, and they have that little weird jean pocket,
Yeah.
small, tiny small pocket.
For the picture of David Lynch.
The tiny picture of David Lynch. Well, so we've got ideas. We need to know if you're interested.
Yeah.
And remember the rules of how to show interest, okay? We've spelled it out.
Yeah. Very thirstily, might I add.
Yeah. And a lot of you, if you don't have the time to type out I'm interested, you can abbreviate it. INT, ent. That will, or even I, right? You just want to type I.
No, if
That's
people are
enough.
if people are gonna just type it out in short form, I don't see that. I don't see that as a commitment.
What about if they just type trest?
No.
They have to type the whole word out.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? If they just type the word, then they're just messing with us. I need a full paragraph explaining how passionate they are about all these ideas, or else I'm not going to do anything.
She has a sleeve of ideas. Look.
They're just flowing out of there.
All right. Well, this was a great episode. We call this the idea episode.
Yeah. Any
Full
other
of
ideas? I gave a whole bunch of ideas and you contributed nothing. So, do you have any ideas?
A lot of ideas, but I don't have any pockets in my shirt. My sweater's covering up my shirt pocket.
I have one more idea.
Great.
I have one more idea. Do you want to hear it?
No.
Okay. So my idea is to create a second show.
Mm-hmm.
It would be a second show and it would just be me. Okay. And once a week, so this means you would get 2 videos a week. And the second video each week would be me talking about all the mentions of buffets in the news. So anything notable that happened at a buffet, like a buffet fight or a buffet murder or something like that, something in the news, I would report on it. So, for example, Golden Corral reinvents.
Wait, you're already you can't throw an idea out and then before anybody even says they want to, now you're actually doing the idea. It's no longer an idea. You're getting ready to do it.
I'm giving an example.
You're doing the idea.
I'm giving an example. So the example would be
Okay.
See,
Go ahead.
this is I'm going to leave all this in, all this stupid
That's.
bantering back and forth.
I thought
This
you were
is
going
what you
to.
would get. The talking over each other, that's what you would get as an exclusive paid subscriber.
Don't show the inside of your hands to me. Don't you dare
I
show me
normally
your.
cut all this stuff out. I will bleep his swearing, but this is stuff I normally cut out because it's just Bill just likes to interrupt me. It's his favorite sport
I want
because
to.
he
I want
knows
to
how
talk
hard
about
it
an
is.
idea. I have
Listen
an
to us
idea.
talking at exactly the same time. I always cut that out.
I
I
have an
always cut that
idea.
out. But you're going to get it all. You have an idea?
No, you had an idea, but you're trying to turn. It's like you're saying the idea, and we're supposed to. It's a way to process. Interested or not interested. They don't
Okay.
need an example. They get what you're going
No,
to
I'm going
talk
to give
about.
an example. Just let
They
me
don't
give
need
an
an
example.
example. You're spoiling the idea by already doing it without even. You can't do it until there's interest or not interest. If there's
God.
interest, you can continue with the idea. You're stepping. You're going. You're jumping ahead in the process. You know it too, and you're so anxious. You
Yeah,
want the
well,
idea to already be done. You're going to do it anyways. You're not going to listen to the constituents, are you? You're going to do your idea. Go ahead.
no, I'm not. I'm not doing this unless we get the money because I'm money hungry.
Well, do the idea. Go ahead. You needed to do an example because people don't. I didn't understand when you said you were going to talk about stuff that happened in the buffet, in the news when buffets were mentioned. I didn't. I'm not clear about what you mean. So perhaps you can take that idea and share an example so that all of us will understand exactly what you mean. Go ahead,
Okay, so
because it sounds interesting to me. It sounds like an interesting idea, but I'm just one guy, and I don't think I'm enough. Plus, I'm part of the show, so my vote doesn't count. But I think it's an interesting idea, and I'd be really happy if you could if you could share an example.
sure, sure.
Okay.
Golden Corral reinvents the buffet with a digital overhaul. And this is, speaking of interesting, this is really interesting because this would mean I get to talk all about the new POS system. And POS means point of sale. Point of sale system that Golden Corral is going to introduce so that they can be on the leading edge of buffets in terms of technology. And they're going to call it the Cloud Corral. Golden Corral's new technology platform integrates with Q. This is a technology company, their point of sale, native online ordering, drive-through, and kitchen solutions to streamline sales and operations across all Golden Corral locations. And then I might offer a personal anecdote. Like I might say, hey, you don't need a POS system. You might need to just clean up the buffet a little bit and make it a little more palatable. Because I went to Golden Corral and it was kind of messy there and the food wasn't that good. So maybe instead of introducing a whole new computer system,
Yeah.
maybe they could just make the food better. So I might offer my sort of personal anecdotes or
Yeah.
comments on the
Yeah.
news stories, right?
So you're gonna you the idea for the news story, and then you're gonna after you present, you're gonna have another idea,
You
another
know those
idea.
you know those political commentators?
Yeah.
Like Brian Tyler Cohen, Midas Touch, Ben
Yeah.
Shapiro, all these
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
I could be like the Ben Shapiro of buffets. He's right wing, and then the others that I mentioned, they're sort of more left wing.
Yeah.
I don't know if people are going to want right wing buffet news or left wing buffet news. So we would have to decide which side we take.
Well, you'd have to put the idea out there, which you have,
Yeah.
and the people will decide if it's interesting or not interesting.
Yeah. Well, this episode was really long, so
Very long.
I think we better call it quits.
Yeah, we've done enough.
And we might actually have to take Maybe we should take a week off.
Yeah, we need a break.
We should take a week off. You want to
My
have
lips
like
are chapped.
you want to have no episode next week? It'll give people a chance to leave their comments because they might hum and haw over it for a while, and if we put up a new episode too quickly, then they might get distracted from all the questions that we're trying to ask.
A lot of questions.
Yeah.
We ask a lot of our audience. It's because primarily we ask a lot of you because we give a lot of ourselves.
Do you remember those public television telethons that they used to have?
Yeah, the phone would ring.
Yeah, the phone would ring and
Hello. Yes.
this is like our this is
Oh my
this is
God,
like our,
thank you. Yes. God bless. I know we're working hard on this show. I'm glad you're interested in our ideas, our pocket full of ideas. Great comment. You can You can spell it. You can abbreviate it. Just int. Okay. Bye. God. Oh my God. Oh.
what?
Hello. Food buffet report. Telethon. Yeah. Aaron, they need our Patreon. God, this is working out so great. I couldn't be happier. Yes, your $5 donation, we will give you a spoodle. Okay, bye. Thanks. Hello. Food buffet report. Bill. Aaron, it's for you.
Oh. How are we going to do this?
He's going to have to call you back because you called my.
Wait,
this is the line in the U.S.
Just transfer it to my phone.
Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Wait, hold on. What? I have the. What extension? 687?
Yeah.
Okay.
Aaron speaking.
I'm going to hang up.
Oh.
You got it? Okay.
Oh, is this Charger Dawn? Oh. Oh, you want to be the first to pay $5? Oh, okay. Sure. Sure. So this is your verbal commitment? Okay. Well, thank you very much and keep commenting. We
He's on the
appreciate
other line.
Okay.
Just talking to
Thanks.
Don called in.
Thanks for
Don's
watching.
Okay. All right. Goodbye. Thank you. Yep. No, the money, we have a third-party fiduciary that manages our Patreon until we do what we said we're going to do. What? No. F off. Bye. We're done. We're done. The show's over. Thanks for watching. As always, we do our best. We do our best to do our best. Right, Aaron?
We try. We no. That sounds weak.
We do our best to do our best.
We do our best to do our best. We try isn't in our vocabulary.
No.
No.
And that's it.
Okay. Thanks.
Goodbye.
For watching. Bye.